up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him on God. Walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee.
Welcome back to The Rush. It's your boy, Maxx Crosby in the building. I got my brothers with me, Brogan Roback, Darian Terrell. You already know what time it is. Big shout out to Full Send and the whole family over there. Wow, what a weekend. Big dub.
I'm geeked.
Yeah,
Huge dub.
I don't even know where to start, but yeah, great weekend, to say the least. It started off Eastern Michigan, taking down Jacksonville State in the most stressful game I've watched in the last year because it happens every single year with Eastern. But we won.
And first up on
Crosby
Crosby Field.
Huge.
Come on now.
Boys
Beat me
learned
to
how
it.
to win.
Same
Double
run.
OT. Set the
That's
scene.
how we
Double
do
OT. Came out and banged a field goal.
Yes, banged a field goal. Shout out to our boy Jesus. Came through clutch.
What a guy.
Sniped it. But yeah, huge win. First win on Crosby Field. Legendary. And then we go to Baltimore. Crazy ass game. A lot of ups and downs. Offense struggled early. Defense, we played great in the first half. Then the offense comes out firing in the second half. They come out, drive right down the field, score. We faced real adversity, and we've found a way. And it was just a great team win. You know, backs against the wall. You never want to go 0-2 in that game. I mean, I don't think anybody really had us winning. I think they showed the graphic, and it was like all 10 people
Literally
had the Ravens winning. So
That's when you know you're in good spot, though. Literally,
100%. And we believe that's the biggest thing. Like, we really believe in our team, and we know we got the right people and right guys and the right culture. And that shit was a special moment. So it was a big win on the road. It's one game though. We got a big win, and now we got Carolina. So we're fired up, bro. Energy,
Max.
vibes are immaculate.
Max, you mentioned 0-2 teams. Really quick, a stat that I just came across today. 0-2 teams since the NFL playoffs expanded to 14 teams in 2020. 32 franchises have started the season 0-2. Only two of those teams, of the 32 teams, Cincinnati in 2022, Houston in 2023, made the postseason. Just 5 of the 32 teams finished the season with a winning record. So
Damn.
that being said, your guys' aspirations and dreams of chasing going to the playoffs, it's early. There's a lot of ball left, of course. Optimism is always high, but
Of course.
huge for the boys. Huge, another notch in the belt for AP in his great wins he's had also so far in his short career. But that was massive for the boys.
Yeah, massive, bro. That shit was massive. And there's no, they earn the respect that they get. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they were the number 1 seed last year. They have, the former MVP, the reigning MVP, should I say. And they got a lot of great players, great defense, going to their house in Baltimore. And yeah, it was just a gritty ass win, and we found a way, and we never gave up. Coming back, I think I saw a stat as well that the last 49 times the Raiders have been down 10 in the fourth quarter, we've lost 0-49, and we broke that. So that was major. So big shout out to the whole gang, the whole squad. I can go on and on about player for player, but yeah, that was a major win, and we got to keep winning.
100%.
Hell yeah. The vibes were high. We'll get into that game a little bit more, but we always have to start off. We'll talk about our college football.
Oh yeah,
because we have our teams. I'm not going to spend too much time, but our boy Cam Ward went bananas on Ball State, but 350 yards, 5 touchdowns, 62-0 win. And then we got Brogan's Nebraska team.
Yep.
What'd they do?
Something slight. First half over with already. Just rest the starters till next week. We got a big one against the Fighting Illini. Hate that. But yeah, big game. Brett Ballin and them boys going to have a fat offensive line. You know that with him. So we're going to be coming. Dylan rested first half, in and out. So I like the boys in Nebraska. Once again, go Big Red.
And then Max.
I love how you hold up. I love how you said we.
Yeah, he's all in. He's all in.
We
are adopting him. Obviously, Eastern is our favorite team.
No
That's
doubt.
our go-to. That's our blood. But I've
no
actually
doubt.
adopted them. You know what Nebraska did? They came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, will you sign right here?" And I said, "What is this?" And they said, "I want you to be my legal guardian." And that's what I'm doing right now with Nebraska.
Wow, it's that deep.
While you two are just uncles.
We're uncles.
I'll be
I'm
that.
I'm an uncle. Yeah, I'm
I'll be
that
that.
cool uncle with a
That's what I
stogie
am.
and Coral Gables, just having a good old time. Sandals out, toes out, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
We
it's
show up when we
fun.
want. We don't need to be there all the time,
For sure.
but we're here.
That's cool. There's plenty of ways to parent. But yeah.
Max,
Texas.
his team, Texas. Hook 'em. Hey, Ewers goes
Arch.
out, and I didn't know he had that in him.
Arch.
I didn't know he had a
Hey.
little bastard in him. You saw him when he crossed
He's
the
the most
side,
athletic
the goal
man.
line.
I'm gonna say
without a
this
doubt.
by far. I'm gonna say this. First off, Quinn Ewers, obviously horrible, unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
But things happen in mysterious ways, and that Arch Manning is a problem, and he needs to be on the field. And I believe in the Longhorns. I believe in the Longhorns. When I was in 6th grade, I moved to Texas. It was my first year in Texas. We were the Longhorns. We'll pull up the picture. That was our team, and we made a deep run. So I believe in my.
Was that Colt McCoy or Vince Young days?
What? Yes.
Vince Young?
Vince Young, Colt McCoy. Yeah.
That was
dogs.
Bro, he hit that 70-yard touchdown run and gave him the look back when he crossed the goal line. I wasn't familiar with his game.
He kind of has some dog in him.
That's what I was
he
saying.
Talks a little shit.
Yeah.
Kinda, bro, he's a Manning and he's athletic. It's a problem.
Yeah, that's going to be
a problem.
And they're number 1 in the nation now. So they got Georgia coming up in a few weeks, so that's going to be the game. Yeah. Sports updates. One of the main themes that we saw from NFL Sunday: underdogs. Underdogs came out on top. You had the Bucks over the Lions, Vikings over the Niners, Saints over the Cowboys. Just got to
roll them.
What? And then of course the Raiders over the Ravens. So what of those games was the most surprising to you? And I'm sure you saw the highlights, all that stuff. Which one jumped out the most to you? And we're going to take the Raiders Ravens out of the mix.
Yeah. No, I don't look at it like it was some huge shocker. We went in there. I don't mean it, in an arrogant way. We expected to go and win.
Yeah.
The biggest shocker to me was the Saints. They went crazy the first week, but coming back and scoring 44 again. I think they had 47 the first week. And winning in Dallas, which is literally one of the hardest places to play. They were 8-0, I believe, last year, or 9-0 in Dallas last year. So that shit was crazy. Like, I thought that was going to be a good game, but just the fact that they blew him out was kind of wild. Seeing DC ball out, he's going crazy.
He's dancing.
He hit that Michael Jackson.
I've seen him hit a Michael Jackson move. I don't know about that. It's slightly concerning, but it's all good. I still love you, DC. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, bro. They're off to a hot start for sure. So yeah, big shout out to them. That was definitely the most surprising.
Yeah, Vikings over Niners. That was one that we talked about.
I was going to say that one too. That one too. That's wild. Sam Darnold revenge game.
Yeah,
he was in there talking shit after too. I'm like, okay, Sam. I see.
I love that. I told Darian, I said, put revenge tour right after Sam Darnold's name on this run of the show here, because that's exactly what he's going to do. Did the Niners cut him this year,
or they just didn't re-sign him or cut him something?
But
that's kind of wild, bro.
But someone who's not getting a lot of credit in that game, I feel like, until this morning, but was dude, I'm gonna blank right now. But Brock Purdy went up to him at the end of the game. DC for the Vikings, please help me.
Yeah, Brian Flores.
Thank you. He said your scheme is crazy, and you could tell out there just confusing them, double clutching in that system, and
bro, they
Vikings
do
are scary.
Lot of shit, bro. They do a lot of shit on defense. When we played them last year, it was 3-0. They shut us out.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Flores was in New England for a long time, and he's learned a lot from Bill Belichick, but he's got his own like aggressive twist to it where he's blitzing all over the place, sending people left and right. They got some players. Pat Jones, shout out to him. Pat Jones, another young rusher in the league. I think he had 2 or 3 sacks.
Yeah.
He went crazy. But yeah, bro, that was another big upset. That one might have been more shocking, to be honest, than the Cowboys. I didn't think like the score of the Cowboys was the most shocking part, but like the fact that the Vikings did that, with all the doubt, people were like, oh, they're just basically going to tank this year and get ready for McCarthy. Sam Darnold's like, fuck that. I'm going to go ball out. And Justin Jefferson, another one. That dude is a problem.
He took that thing like 90-some yards.
97 yard.
Dude, just hit the sideline, chase to the pylon.
Crazy.
He's different, bro.
And honestly, for Sam Darnold too, bro, like he got thrown into not a great organization, at least at the time, early on when he got drafted. Now he's gotten to sit at the Niners previously, go all the way to the Super Bowl in a great scheme. Like he's got to actually learn, I feel like, and develop over the years. So yeah, I agree, man.
Bro.
It is.
It's important.
People write
Look at
people off
with
too much
Geno.
now.
Geno was in New York too, and they wrote him off. And what did he say?
I never wrote back.
I didn't write back. Now Geno went dummy this weekend. He threw for like 330 on 30. I think it was 33 of 44.
Yeah,
he balled the fuck out.
Shout out,
you never know, bro.
Shout out Grubb.
Shout out Grubb.
He's over there cooking.
Cooking.
Oh yeah,
Max, Grubb. If y'all don't
speaking
know,
of
former
people,
Eastern coach, our coach. So
little plug.
My coach.
My coach. Yeah. Exactly.
Max, but you said it right there, guys, moving on a little early. So I got to ask, because obviously the matchup this week coming up. So what about, the news with Bryce Young getting benched and the Red Rifle, speaking of red beards, is stepping in now and playing this week? Like, what were your thought process when you heard that? And then two, just like as a vet in this league, man, like what do you say about the early benching, so to speak, in a lot of people's eyes?
I mean, there's no perfect formula. You know what I mean? That's the hardest thing. Like every system is different. Some guys thrive in different different type of situations more than others. You really can't predict it because there's no gauge on how to measure it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, you really don't know. And there's some guys that it takes, like Geno Smith, 8 years until he gets his opportunity, and then he turns it around and now he's a dog. Like, and then there's guys like CJ Stroud who come in and light the league on fire right out the gate. Yeah. So it's really, there's no formula to it. So I really can't speak on that too much. The Bryce Young situation, we were obviously expecting Bryce Young to be the guy. But we got the news and, we're excited for the challenge. Andy Dalton, at the end of the day, he's been in the league for a long time. But he's won a lot of games in this league. And, I played him one time and he beat us. So, I definitely remember that, and we got to get it back. So we're looking forward to the challenge, regardless of who it is. It's all about us. So we're going to be ready to go. And, the recovery, the process, the preparation's already started. So we're excited.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. And one last thing, Dee, before you kick it over here, just on the quarterback thing. Another tweet I came across today, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, since leaving the Panthers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Since his Panthers week, 46 tutties and 14 picks.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
And they only had 22 tutties and 19 interceptions in their time combined in Carolina. So obviously they're starting to pick up, some groove, some juice behind them. So for Bryce Young, you never know where that's going to lead next. So
for sure, you got to give Baker his props, bro. You got to give Baker his props, bro. He has completely revived his shit, and he is.
Yeah,
balling.
The grass isn't always greener. Bro. He's going off.
Bro,
while we're sitting here and watching what we have to watch on Sundays with the Browns.
Deshaun played well this week, though.
All right. Anyways,
okay.
So
he just doesn't say anything. I didn't see what happened. Did they win?
Yeah.
They
beat
Jacksonville.
Oh yeah. It was like 18-13 or something.
Yeah, almost found a way to lose in the last 5 minutes of the game, up two scores. Yeah,
but it's all right. Jacksonville has kind of been struggling a little bit too.
They
were. Are they 0-2?
Yeah, they 1-1. No, they're 0-2. They lost to Miami, and then the Browns. But they just weren't in sync. It was they'll catch their steam.
I don't think it was his fault this time around, right, D?
Who?
Deshaun. I thought he played fairly well, made some good plays. One of his better throwing.
Yeah, I mean, there was one specifically. There was a 2nd and 20, and he broke the pocket and threw a really nice ball to Jerry Jeudy on the sideline, which was the first time I've seen him really show a glimpse of it. But then there's 4 quarters to a football game, so.
You see, Jerome Ford said Jameis Winston calls plays in the huddle like he has a surprise to tell.
Yeah. Jameis, that's the spark everybody needs.
Bro, Jameis is the best.
He's amazing.
I don't think I've ever met him, but I love him.
That's somebody we got to get on the pod in the offseason.
We would get along.
Yes.
No doubt.
That would be
need to get him
iconic.
on the podcast. No question about it.
So one thing that was kind of prevalent, that you have the new hip drop tackling rules that are in the league now, and they're throwing penalties. But we see people like Jamar Chase. He lost his shit, spiked his helmet because he thought it should have been a hip drop. Joe Mixon gets hurt. So as a defender, how difficult is it to really stop your momentum and remove that from your arsenal, or is that something that is a good move for the league to protect the players?
Yeah, I understand what they're trying to do. Obviously, if you have a certain amount of injuries from the same type of tackle or hit, like it has to be addressed. So especially nowadays, like I have my mentality. I'll go out there, if they had leather helmets, it doesn't matter to me. But what the league is trying to do. They're trying to protect people. They want everyone to have a future after football. So yeah, it's unfortunate, and having guys like Jamar and Joe Mixon. Who was the other one that got hurt? I forgot.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Like great perennial Pro Bowler type players getting hurt like that. It's unfortunate, but like that's the game of football. Like at the end of the day, that's the shittiest part about it. Is like there's so much unknowns. You can get. That's why the game is so. It's why it's the greatest fucking game in the world. Yeah. Is because of the unpredictability. There's so many different things that could happen in the course of a game, and it's real live bullets flying at all times, and all your job as a defender is get the on the ground. So you know what I mean? It's like shit's gonna happen. Sometimes you're gonna do whatever the it takes, and sometimes like when I sacked Lamar at the end of the game, I like picked him up and I was like, oh shit, like I kind of slammed him. I'm like, I looked like making sure there wasn't a flag. I'm like, thank God.
I was worried
because you don't know,
because you did pick him up a little bit, but it's like a PI, right, Max? Like if the game's on the line, I'm for sure going to grab you and not let you catch the ball. I don't care if I know a penalty's coming. Like if it's same with another guy trying to get to the end zone in a high stakes game at the end of the game, you're not thinking twice. You're literally just trying to bury him and stop him from getting in there. Mm-hmm. And if a penalty comes, it comes.
Yeah.
You can't play it any other way.
Yeah, you can't. Shit's going to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's rules. The rules are meant to be broken, but that's why, you know what I mean? That's why there's reps on the field. Sometimes it's going to be a penalty, sometimes it's not. So, yeah, it is what it is.
They're for sure.
Zebras. Last sporting event we had, big weekend for the UFC. We were all tuned in watching the Sphere fights. What did you think about that? I mean,
bro, we were texting the whole time like, what the this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life.
It can't be one and done. Take a firm stance. Cannot be one and done. That was unbelievable. Just from us watching it on pay-per-view, it just was a whole other experience. I can only imagine everybody that's there watching it in person. I mean, that was insane.
Yeah.
No, that shit was crazy, bro.
It was like Mortal Kombat background.
Yeah, dude. Like Mortal Kombat type. It looked fake. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm like, this is like a movie right now.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, but I don't put it past Dana. When Dana says I'm going to go all the way in, I'm putting 20 million into this, he's going to make it the most ridiculous. He doesn't care how much he's going to spend because he knows he's going to get in the back end. That's why he's so successful. He takes risk at an all-time high. That's why I love Dana. And, we got to talk today a little bit too, and he was all fired up, and he's on to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's how he operates. Like, he crushed it. Now, boom, what's next? And that's why he's so successful. And, dude, that's why I look up to him like that, because that event was literally insane. I fell asleep. I didn't get to watch the end of the main card, but just in general, the whole, like, viewing experience just from a TV was insane. I can't even imagine what that shit was like in person.
Yep. That's where I think he killed it, bro. He aced it, because if you weren't there, you missed out, of course, but you didn't miss out as much because the production from a TV standpoint was A1. They murdered that, I feel like it would be so hard to fight with all that going on. Like, to me, O'Malley kind of just looked chill. Maybe it was just too zen in there for him. People are having a good time, like they're at an awards event, like John Jones and them are hanging, drinking, having a good time. I don't know. It's just a weird, but it was awesome. And I think he said, Max, you probably know best, but he can't do this again. It's one and done because he's in contract with MGM.
Yeah. I know he's got some beef with MGM for sure. So we'll see what happens. I wouldn't put it past it, bro. Dana, he's gonna make shit shake every time. So
for sure.
Yeah,
We'll have to be there next time. That was unbelievable.
Have to.
Next one, we got a little QB talk, right? DC Carr went off again.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Brogan. What did you see from that game that really just surprised you or impressed you?
I mean, I think Max said it. It was the points for me personally, and how easy it is for not only Derek Carr but Alvin Kamara and that whole entire offense to get rolling. But I think a lot of that stemmed from last week. Obviously, they took care of business with the Panthers, but they got off into a good groove. Confidence is high. But to me, why I think Derek Carr is playing the best, you'd probably be like, he doesn't need any motivation in that aspect. But I think it's Spencer Rattler. I feel like he had such a good preseason. And if he just kind of, if Derek didn't have a good few games, that's a guy they just drafted. I just feel like it put this, not pressure on him, but kind of put the pressure on Derek to go out there and perform. He's getting older, and he was getting booed last year in that arena, which is crazy. Now he's dancing, talking shit, and he's balling out. So, and he's grabbing his crotch doing the Michael Jackson, as we hit on already. So he's doing his thing, but I really feel like it was that quarterback added to the room, Spencer Rattler, who I think is going to be a pretty good pro moving forward, but I think he's going to have to wait his turn a little bit now with Derek doing what he's doing.
Definitely will.
Yeah. No, it's dope to see, bro. I'm happy for DC. He's balling. So yeah, it's like you said, all those things. I don't know what, there's obviously a lot of factors. They got a new offensive coordinator too. I know he's been a help, but yeah, I feel like, there's a million things you could point at, but you could just tell like his confidence and everything. He looks like the Derek we knew. You know what I mean? Like the Derek at the 2021 Derek when we were going to the playoffs, like I'm taking my shots and doing my thing. So yeah, big shout out to DC. He's balling right now.
And Alvin Kamara is going.
Kamara is ridiculous too.
Max, how good is he on the field? You played him. How many times have you played against him?
I played him once. But he's different.
He's different.
All that. He's got the speed. He's got the strength, the agility.
Yeah. He's contact balance is elite. Like
his
he's top
season,
3. Yeah, you could tell, bro.
I think that's what makes the best running backs is their balance, dude. Literally, I used to say about Bronson back in the day, which everyone doesn't know, but Bronson Hill used to be at Eastern. I used to say his balance is crazy. And then Kareem Hunt is the only other person where I'm like, balance, insane, right?
That's how Josh is. Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Same with Saquon.
Different. Saquon.
Just balance. There's a lot that you can take away from, but I feel like balance at the running back position is something if you were scouting, you should hone in on. As crazy as that is to say, but it's just that's like real. You bending on the edge, Max.
100%. Those are the things that are it's like a rare trait, and they just look different. You know what I mean? Like they just bounce off of tackles. Like Kamara, I seen him. One of the touchdowns he had, it looked like the play was dead in the water, and he just shot through the gap and runs for a touchdown.
Yeah, and
he's so low to the ground. He's so strong that it doesn't matter. The first guy typically is not going to tackle him. So. Yeah, Kamara, he's different, bro.
He is different, and he's playing. He's supposed to be in a contract. I think he's playing without his money right now, which is crazy. Did you see? Motivated. You see, Jamar Chase just had an insurance clause put in for
50 mil.
What do you think about that, Max? Smart play for the boy.
Yeah, smart. It's smart. He obviously wanted his contract. They didn't come to an agreement, so you got to protect yourself. So it makes sense.
For sure,
it totally makes sense.
For sure. D, should we just pop into Underdog of the Day?
Yeah. So, Underdog of the Day, we always try to figure out one. And this one was a no-brainer. This one was unanimous. This was the Toledo Rockets. Yes. Roll on into Mississippi State as a 10.5-point underdog and smack them 41-17.
Maxton.
41-17, and then Kendall gets on in his post-game interview, and he says, these are the same teams that come and poach players right off our roster. This is a message to everybody that you can succeed here. And I love that. I loved it. And Max, I saw the little stat for you. This one will hit home.
Yeah.
Toledo Rockets are 2-1 against the SEC since 2015. Ohio State is 0-3 in the same period.
That's wild.
Oh, yeah. Big Ten.
It's kind of crazy the two Ohio guys here don't root for Ohio. State,
Yeah, I know. What is
the
this
non-Ohio?
Well, it's because you didn't have to grow up with just these rabid, delusional Ohio State fair-weather fans. That's it. They put a good product out there. I don't dislike the program, but it's just the people. The people.
Yeah,
Not all of them.
That's how I feel about Michigan
Plus,
fans.
Jeffrey Dahmer went to Ohio State. Do I have to say anything else?
Did he?
Yeah. Look it up.
Legend. No, I'm joking. Great Buckeye there.
Let's for sure keep that part and just take the legend part right out.
You would
OJ
know
Simpson,
that,
great guy.
Freak.
Yeah, that's his ammo for anybody.
Did you know that?
Because I had a forensics class in high school and I had to do, and I raised my hand. I said, "I'll do Dahmer immediately."
Red flag. And at that point, we knew he was
so lucky this is recorded right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the game. I know that it was a massive game, hell of a showing by the Raiders, the whole team. Let's get into it. There's the one viral clip. Everybody saw it. We're watching the game. Gardner throws that interception, and they're panning to him running off the field, and then you see you just come in, grab him, and have your conversation. What did you say to him? What was said in that exchange?
It's not the first time I've been asked this. This is on my own podcast, but I'm going to keep that between us. I said some things. Honestly, it was more about just letting him – I was just reminding him who the he was. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a tough sport. You know what I mean? The NFL is probably one of the hardest professions in the world. It's it's the hardest thing. And being a quarterback under that type of pressure, confidence is everything. And that was my message to him. I'm not going to say exactly what I said, but it was just reminding him who the he is, and we're going to win this game. You know what I mean? He delivered, bro. I was super happy for him. Got to see him. In the weight room, we were both finishing our workout. He just come up, give me a big bro hug. And that's my guy, bro. I fuck with Garner, and we believe in him. We believe in him heavily, and he's doing a great job. And you see, I think he's first or second in damn near every category. His completion percentage is off the charts. Yep. He's taking care of the ball. He's got to keep it up. We believe in him. We're all in. And everything we got is all we need. You know what I mean? We just got to go dominate and do what we do. And, that moment was dope. You know what I mean? I had no clue. I ended up after the game, I see all these people tagging me and showing the video. I was like, damn, I did not expect people to see that shit. But it was cool, bro. It was a cool moment. And it just shows our culture and how tight we are as a team. We can have real ass conversations, and AP, is spearheads that. We have, if I have something wrong, or if I feel like I need to share something, I go right to AP, be like, yo, this is fucked up. Mm-hmm. Or if it's opposite, AP needs something from the D line, whatever it is, from the defense, Max, you need to get this right. And it's not personal. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're all on the same page, and it's just dope, bro.
Chasing
it's dope. We got something special going for sure.
Yeah, no, dude, it was dope to see. That was pure, your competitiveness, your belief in not only Gardner but in the team in that moment. You could just see it all in one in that exchange between you and Gardner, the guard dog. So he turned it around, bro. He turned around ever since that moment. Some are saying, I'm not. Some are that it was big ass boy and little ass boy just coming right together. There's a lot of love there.
Come on, bro. That shit all happened for a reason. We're meant to be together on the Raiders, and it just makes too much sense.
Yeah. But Max, as you know better than anyone, man, you got to have that confidence in the quarterback. So there's no surprise that someone like your stature, the best player on the team, is looking at him and showing him hey, we believe in you. And we understand this shit went sideways here really quick, but let's get back on track. And that's exactly what he did. So there's a reason, I guess, why you boys are wearing the C on your chest, huh?
Amen, brother.
Facts. And then we also had a little mini scare that happened during the game. We'll get into the X's and O's, but I saw we were watching the game and everybody dropped to a knee and starts people are praying on the field, and they said somebody went down on the sideline doing the stretcher. And what happened? You couldn't see anything from the TV.
Yeah. So we weren't in Baltimore for more than 24 hours, and I witnessed two of the most insane things I've ever witnessed in my life. We won't discuss the first one, but all I'm gonna say there was helicopters and a lot of police officers in the region, which is
welcome to Baltimore.
I'm gonna just say rest in peace. And then on the field, we're sitting there. We look to the left, and one of the chain gang guys, drop, and everyone's like, "What the?" And he was flat out. Like, I think they were trying to like resuscitate him or whatever. It was just crazy. So, yeah, bro. I don't know. There was some spooky shit going on in Baltimore, to say the least. But I think he ended up being all good, and he put a thumbs up and everything. So
good.
Big shout out to that guy. Hopefully he's all good, and prayers out to everybody.
Let's get some prayer hands in the comments right now. Let's get them up right now for our chain gang guy.
You could only tell by facial expression, so it's like you don't know what happened, but you see everybody's face and people turn it away. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, people were spooked out. It spooked everybody.
I went and got like a drink and turned back around, and I saw that, and I'm like asking a million people. I'm like, who's down? Who's down?
What happened?
You know what I mean? You're like, who the?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. So, last one I got here for us, and then Brogan, any that you got, fire away. What was the biggest moment to you when you guys went into this game? It's a low scoring game, not a lot of offensive productivity. It's neck and neck. What was the turning point in your opinion for the momentum for the Raiders in that game?
I think it really was just, after Henry scored that touchdown in the red zone, it was like a 2 or 3 yard touchdown. We had to make a decision. You know what I mean? Like in the past, you've seen, I've been a part of those scenes where it's like you see guys kind of lose it, like, oh fuck, we're about to lose. You know what I mean? And I didn't feel that at all. Like that's honestly, like, as a defense, just defensively speaking, like I feel like we never are like that. You know what I mean? No matter what. Like that's going back to last year. Like no matter what the score is, like we're gonna go out there and play hard and try to find a way to win, regardless of what's going on. So for us, it was just about, all right, the offense just needs to click. We just need one good drive. You know what I mean? Get something sparking. And honestly, it was Devontae, it was Brock, it was Garner, Jacoby Myers. The O-line was protecting. Everybody just came together and found a way. And that's the beautiful thing about football. You need all 11 to have a chance. And they stepped up when we needed it. So when they scored that touchdown, boom, we went right down. I think it was it turned to a 10-point game. Then we got sacked, right? And I think we got stopped. It was like a turnover on downs or something, or like and then we came out, boom, got a stop.
Got the interception, no?
Yeah, I think that was earlier, low key.
Okay.
Or no, it might have been. I don't know. I don't know the exact order of what happened, but our offense got stopped. Then we came out, boom, 3 and out, and then we went down and scored. We got a field goal, and then boom, went down again, scored a touchdown, tied the game. We're like, we're gonna go win this game. You know what I mean? Like we never lost belief, and you felt that, throughout the whole, the whole sideline. Everybody is just like, we're winning this game. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna find a way. So I was really just sitting at the end of the bench, just calm as like one play at a time. I was just telling everybody, one play at a time, bro. The last play, the next play, to just worry about now, and we found a way, bro.
You can tell that's your mentality, and it's kind of spreading through for sure on the defense, because how many field goals have you guys, like, I don't want to say given up, but I mean, you guys are giving up no touchdowns pretty much at this rate. The last 2 weeks, it's just been a lot of field goals. So you guys are like bending and definitely not breaking at all, especially when you get down that territory, or, if there is a turnover, sudden change of events. I even saw Spillane in that same clip when you grabbed Gardner before that. Spillane's running like a psychopath off the sidelines, just smiling. I'm like, you wouldn't even think that he just turned the ball over through a pick, but he was just ready to get out there, like you just said, that mentality.
Yeah, bro, 100%. And we just got so many different personalities, like from Spillane to Jack Jones to Nate Hobbs. Like, you'll just look around and like Nate Hobbs is sitting there breakdancing by himself. And they'll go out there and make a huge play, and you know what I mean? And then Jack is, you never know. Jack's either quiet or he's talking his shit. Christian as well. Like Christian is all over the place. He's loose cannon.
Yeah.
But
Marcus
it's like
Epps been
that's
balling, by the way.
Marcus Epps, Ballin. I mean, Timo. I can go. Jacorian Bennett, our other starting corners, first time being a full-time starter. The dude is balling out.
Yeah.
Like, you can go guy for guy on our team. Adam Butler, full-time starter now. Dude, we've been hyping up since day one. He's a full-time starter, and he's balling out, bro. So it's like guys are just having to step up, and it's like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? We're not going to panic. It's not this highs and low type shit. It's like, all right, if they make a play, we're going to get a stop anyway. So you could see it, and it's contagious for sure.
Yep. Max, do you feel like this game was crucial for Gardner and his confidence and for the offense and even for guys like Devontae? Like, obviously, he finally found a groove with Devontae. We all know that matters. In the NFL, you need to feed the best receiver, if not one of the best receivers. So do you feel like that helped this game and it's just going to be continue to click going forward, at least hopefully?
Absolutely. You would think, you would hope, but we got to go out and do it again. You know what I mean? This is the NFL. It's a week by week. Sometimes you win, it's, oh my God, everything's great. And then you lose, it's, oh my God, it's the end of the world. You saw how it was last week. You know what I mean? Like all week, I was very quiet and I told y'all exactly what was about to happen. And I'm like, watch how fast the narrative changes. Mm-hmm. And that's just this league though. You know what I mean? I've been in here 6 years. They do it to me every year. They try to break you down. They try to tear me down. They try to tear us down. And it's just about how you respond. That's really what it comes down to. So we have a resilient group of guys, and we have a fucking great culture. And I think that's going to pay off in the long run. So we just got to keep taking it one day at a time.
I seen Tom Telesco and AP and them boys waiting at the end, greeting you guys. Just Max, what was the locker room like? What was AP's message to you guys afterwards like? We seen you and AP getting hyped at the end of the speech, which was awesome. But I just thought it was cool to see Tom there greeting everybody, and just wanted your experience of that locker room after the game. No cigars either yet, huh?
What?
You fired him up?
I was in there smoking my stogie. Yeah.
Smoke your shit, talk your shit.
Always. Yeah, we smoked some stogies for sure. It was great, bro. The energy was amazing. Dudes are so hype. And that's what it's all about, bro. Like, there's nothing better than winning. At the end of the day, winning requires all of you, and it's unforgiving, bro. And you got to show up every single day, regardless of the result, and focus on the process. You know what I mean? We talk about it all the time, but Pat Graham pushes it all the time. He's like, we are process driven. The results will be the results, but you get results by just focusing on the day to day, the microscope, the meeting, the walkthrough, just focus on that. And once the game gets there, worry about the game. You know what I mean? But don't sit there and dwell on, how's Sunday going to look or what? No, just take it. Worry about today. That's all that matters. And that's what we preach and live by. So being present after a big win on the road against that team. Yeah. We let loose. We're like, yes.
Hell yeah.
Like it didn't feel like, oh my God, we won the Super Bowl. It was just like, yeah, like stop playing with us type energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like keep talking that shit. We're going to keep showing up. So that's where the energy's at. And I love it.
I love it too.
Was that the motivation for the celebration and the IG post after?
Bro, I sent it to
that was for all the comment sections.
Yeah, bro. I literally I sent it to Rachel, and I sent it to CJ, and I sent it to, I think, Rick Slate before the game. I said, and Tim Grover as well. That's all I sent. I was like, I didn't even explain myself. I'm like, this. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened. All the talk, all the noise I heard, all this shit, all these narratives. Okay, all right, keep talking, just watch what the fuck I do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. I love it. And like I said, it's the response, but that's the beauty in it. Like they try to tear you down, but the best of the best, all right, watch what I'm about to do. You know what I mean? And that's how our whole team is really, really built. But that, yeah, you know how I am. Kobe is, I'm you know me with Kobe. Like every single day I'm watching a video or getting a story from Tim or whatever, just motivation. Like that dude is different. And for me, that's all I keep talking, let it go, keep trying to, spin the narrative, do this, say this about me, shut the fuck up. Right on your field, say all that shit, now watch me. And that's really what it was.
I love it. One just thing we have to call out a rookie for you guys, Brock Bowers. He is currently leading the NFL for tight ends in catches, yards, and first downs.
Yeah.
And he's caught 15 of 17 passes that are thrown to him for 156 yards. And most importantly for the tight end is 8 of those catches are for a first down. I mean, talk about him as a rookie coming in and being able to make this kind of an impact.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't see rookies typically come in and have such an impact, but with Brock, I say it confidently, and I bet everybody in the building would say the same thing. Nobody is surprised.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up every day, doesn't say much, puts his head down, works his ass off, and doesn't drop the football. And he's always open. I seriously, and I don't mean this like exaggerating at all. I don't think I've ever seen him drop a football. I'm dead serious. Like in practice, like I'd never see him drop the football. I know I'm not watching him all the time.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen him turn and drop the.
Yeah.
He
caught
catches
the
it
ball
in traffic. He catches it open. He's
great.
He's
hands.
like that. He's like that, bro. He's definitely
almost like a
that.
receiver, so to speak, playing the tight end position.
He looks like a big Renfro.
He does.
He looks like a big Renfro, literally.
He is on every fantasy team I have.
He's a problem.
We know.
Yeah. And his hairline. He's got to go bald, Max. He's got to go bald.
Dumb. You're so dumb. We talked to him about it. He's like, he's so like somebody. I forgot who said it, but they're like,
Spillane should just talk to him.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go bald though. I think he's gonna let it, go to the last possible extent. Yeah,
Good for him. I respect that.
Yeah,
you can't tell him shit.
Fighting.
Yeah, you can't tell him shit. All right,
let him be.
Well, we got to get to the dog of the day.
Oh,
Wop, who we got? Who's our dog of the day?
Our dog of the day is, so many people we could go over, we could talk about, but we got to talk about our boy. Some call him Bobby, some call him Robert, but I call him No Neck. No, I'm joking. I call him Spilly Robert Spillane. I think that's his middle name. He is a savage, and he had an absolute – bro, I don't know where to start with this dude, but there was a play that we were watching on film today, and it was in goal line, and he ran 100 miles an hour. And this is Patrick Ricard, 300-pound fullback. Dude's an absolute unit. Spillane ran through him, literally didn't break stride, and like a full-blown car crash, and they just blasted each other. And Spillane's like, he just looks at me smiling and turns around in the meeting, like, he doesn't say anything. I'm like, bro, you're a psycho. He doesn't give a because he sits right in front of me, and we're the two lippers in the whole defensive meeting.
That's why I love him.
Anytime he always hooks me up or I hook him up, and we just tap each other the whole time, like you're a savage. We always with each other, hype each other up, but just the way he plays the game, bro. He's relentless, he's fearless, and he doesn't give a damn. He's gonna find a way to make plays. And 10 tackles, 2 PBUs, major interception. That was in the second half. Big turning point in the game. I can go on and on, but Spillane, one of the best teammates I've ever had, period. One of the best dudes to be around. The dude is all energy all the time. Like you said, just run. Every day in pre-practice, the linebackers, he's just running routes and throwing the football around, and I'll just go and he throws me balls in the back of the end zone. Like, he's just great to be around, bro. He's hilarious, and he's an absolute baller. So, Robert Spillane, you are the dog of the day, my brother. And he was rocking that shirt today, too, by the way.
No, he was not.
Bro, he wears it all the time. He wears it almost
Next
too much.
time,
It's
can we get a little?
I love
it's
that.
fading horribly, but
we'll get him a whole 3XL just closet full of them because he's earned 10 of them.
Yeah, he's earned many, and he needs a new one because that one hasn't been washed. I don't.
Wait, can we make our announcement too? Because we need to put something in the corner on all those shirts for him.
What do we put in the corner, bro? Again,
a little happy dad, a little thicker. A little happy dad sticky.
Little happy dad?
Full
happy
thend.
dad? Full thend?
Full thendy?
Maybe a little board jerky on the other end?
Board. Yeah,
jerky? I mean,
Spillane will crush some board jerky. I can see it now.
He'll have
that
8 Alden in
FaceTime-
his locker.
That FaceTime we had with him.
He doesn't care.
The energy was next to none on the plane yesterday.
He's the greatest. Oh yeah, you guys are on FaceTime with him.
We're like, where is he? And he's jumping up and down on the plane.
Bro,
I
he's
love
standing.
the guy.
I just see him. I'm like, I look to my right. He's the only one standing up. He's just pacing around. Confused. Here, through the phone. He's screaming. I'm like, bro, I love this dude. He's the best.
The best. All right, we're gonna go into the next segment here. We got the old Big Sack. All right,
Big Sack.
Sponsored by
Big Sack.
Big Sack.
All right, we first drive of the game. Wop started it off. I think it's. I'm just gonna have to keep it every single week. That was fast, back to back, two sacks, first drive. Talk to us. Yeah. What happened on that play?
Yeah, they were in a crack toss looking formation. Nelly Aguilar's right next to me, my former teammate. Feeder opposite. So I'm like, okay, they look like they're about to run a crack toss. So I'm looking at them. I point him out. And I look at Lamar, and Lamar looks me right in the eyes as I'm pointing him out. And he checks the play. Right tackle moves his foot back a little bit. I widen out. I'm like, here it comes. I know it's a pass. And I took off. So, yeah, it was honestly, from the start of the play to the finish, if that was going to be the result, I couldn't tell you that was going to happen. You know what I mean? But they end up checking out of it. But that's the game inside the game, and got home. They left him on an island and paid the consequences. So, yeah, got Lamar real quick. Felt amazing. Had an out-of-body experience. Jack Jones was trying to do the handshake with me, and I was just like, ah!
Was that the karate kick?
Yeah, I switched it up. I opened the door, a smaller door, and Christian was ready, and he kicked prematurely, and I held it and then side kicked. And he's like, bro, you got to do it on time. He kicked me up. I look like an idiot. I'm like, all right, my bad, bro. I was like, my bad. I was having a full out-of-body experience. I was so hyped.
That's amazing. And then you had the second one. It was in crunch time. First down, 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Christian Wilkins, I mean, he did a great job. You guys ran a stunt, ran a game. He did a great job crossing the guard's face, picked the tackle, and you had a just nice path up the middle to Lamar. And you know how he likes to try and get loose and get elusive. Just form tackle, rolled the hips.
Yeah.
I mean, what worked so well on that play, and how was that able to be achieved? Because you came through screaming.
Yeah. We were talking about it on the sideline. Once I got the sack early, they were chipping a ton the rest of the game. So they were giving me difficult looks, and I told Christian right before the snap, hit it. And Christian hit it, and I came screaming, and the guard, he shot his hand a little too late, and I kind of just jumped through the gap and came scot-free. So I got there so fast. Lamar, you could tell he was not expecting it at all. I was on him fast. I was just like, hold on to that bitch. I was like, don't throw that away. So, yeah, I got him down. And then, yeah, it was a major moment in the game. And, on the sideline, all the guys are coming, let's go. Like, Max, it's time. And I looked to my left, and Dan, big shout out to Dan Jameson. Pretty sure you guys have met him before, but he, one of our assistant coaches, he's helping with the D-line. He's an assistant strength coach. He's kind of jack of all trades. One of the better dudes I know in the building. He's an absolute G. He has an MMA background, so we do our boxing. We do all our boxing together. And Dan looks at me. He's like, he just had this look. He wanted to go on the field with me. He was just like, it's time. And I just looked at him. I pointed at my wrist. I said, it's time. And I went out there, got a sack, and I just looked at the sideline like, yeah. So, yeah, it was lit. It was lit. Big shout out to Dan. Big shout out to Rick Slade as well. My crew over there, Alex Guerrero, all those dudes that prepare me to get ready for those moments every day. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So, and obviously my teammates, Christian, Adam Butler, always assisting on the other edge, J-Rob, Snowden, they stepped up in a major way. We talk about the individual shit and me getting the sack or whatever, but it would not be possible without those other guys up front and everybody holding their own on the back end. So, yeah, bro, I'm obviously, blessed to be in that situation, go end the game. And I love that burden. I want to be that dude, and I know I'm that guy. But it wouldn't be possible without them either. So, yeah, it was a major moment in the game for sure.
That was huge, bro. And honestly, and if you don't know, the boy now moved to 55 career sacks. So you're what?
Yeah.
Fourth all time on the list. So, or third, fourth.
I don't know.
You probably don't.
See.
I feel like fourth, right, D?
It might be fourth.
Fourth. You passed the. I have it somewhere here.
Bill Pickle,
you passed Bill Pickle.
Yeah, I know. I saw Bill Pickle. I don't know.
Not
about
Dill, but Bill.
Something was coming.
I hate you. Right.
Well,
something was coming.
Act like I didn't hear that.
And also, it was you notched your 8th career game with 3+ tackles for loss. 8 games with 3+ tackles for loss is tied with Aaron Donald for the second most in the NFL since 2019. And there's a lot of other big time stats I'm not going to read off, but if you guys haven't, please go look at what this dude's doing right now. It's insane, legendary, and it's fun for us to watch. I feel like when you get in that division, bro, AFC North, multiple sack days are coming. You love playing, I feel like, that smash mouth, hard-nosed football. You're back in the Midwest. Everything's just good to go over there. So I felt it in the air, D. Did you?
Always. Always. There's never a time we don't.
100%. I agree though, bro. Like I literally, it literally sounds like I'm lying, but right before the game I said, I don't know what it is, Robbie. I saw my D-line coach. I was like, there's just something in the fucking air today. I literally told
Robbie
him right before. Oh yeah, you know Robbie.
We had Robbie on the show.
We did, but I told Robbie, I was like, there's something in the air today. I don't know. It just feels right.
I love it.
Every time in the Midwest, it's just a little bit different. I love it.
Home's where the heart is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into some rush mail. We got a couple questions. Small Galanis 62 wants to know, out of Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, who would be the better tight end if they played in the NFL?
LeBron.
Easy.
I mean, 6'8", 260. That's Chico.
Who wins? Oh, I'm sorry. Bully Peskies wants to know, who wins, Canelo Alvarez or Bud Crawford?
Whew. That's tough. That's tough. They're both insane. And I hope this fight eventually happens. But it's hard not to say Canelo. Canelo, he's the bigger guy. I think that, his loss to Bivol, that was like the one loss everyone's like, oh shit, no one really expected that. But Bivol was so much bigger and he went up to light heavyweight. Yeah. And just kind of got walked down a little bit just because he was, oversized. But Bud would be going up, to fight Canelo. And I think that's just – Canelo's got so much experience. He's so technical and so dangerous that, you've seen it on Saturday. He just walks you down. Eventually he breaks people down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a good one. And we'll ask this. We got one more after, and then we'll get into week 2 and then the Rushman. But Mount Rushmore, because we got rid of it, but the people like it. What is our Mount Rushmore of dog breeds? Ooh. I know.
Is this a everyone answer?
It can be.
Let's do it.
We're all dog lovers. Start us off.
Pitbull number 1, 100%. Pitbull. I'm gonna have to go. I like Rottweilers. I would put Rottweilers at number 2.
Me too.
Dobermans. I think Dobermans are legendary. Just they have this look where they're like you're terrified of them, but they're very protective. They're fast. Scared. They're rangy. They check a lot of boxes. They're lean, mean, running machines. So I'm Doberman's 3. Then one more. This is tough. I feel like there's a lot of options here, but you got to go with like a
dude. I don't.
Might have to go with a Mastiff.
Okay,
might have to go with a Mastiff.
I can get down with that.
Mastiffs are badass and they're massive dogs. I like big dogs that are.
I can't believe you didn't say King Corso.
King Corsos are up there too. I'll put.
Cane.
I would probably say.
Cane.
I would say King Corso too. Those are like 4A, 4B for me. King Corso's massive.
12. Who you got?
Boxer off rip, just because my son, and then Pitt. I'd say Rottweiler. Rottweiler is what I wanted originally, and then I put King Corso in that. But I do love the bully XLs and stuff. Obviously, Dirk, he's a savage. I love Dirk, just the way he is. Schmirkio.
Yeah,
Love him.
We'll see him this weekend. We'll give him some love.
Yeah, we will.
He needs his uncles. He's ready. Okay. On to the next.
I'm going
Big
real
neck
quick.
over
I'm gonna go German Shepherd and a Husky.
thumbs
We'll
up, by
put
the
Zeus
way.
together.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. A European Doberman. Those are, if you don't know the difference between the American and the European, look them up because those barrel chests, they're huge.
Damn.
Big body, yeah. And then Australian Shepherds, just because I love Sadie Mae. And a Pit Bull. Yeah, those are the 4. Cool. And the last one, quick shout out. We have someone, Angelina_1227 says, my brother is running for homecoming king. So could you please wish him good luck? So Jacob, hashtag or number 8, Suhi. We just, whatever we can do to help win some homecoming, I think we can give him a little shout out. So good luck, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Big shout out to you, brother.
Yeah.
You're going to win homecoming. Speak into existence. Manifested.
He's
Go
got
win
it.
her heart. Go win her heart, brother.
All right, boys, you already know what time it is. It is the Rushman of the Week. We have 3 different dudes. Absolutely balled out. First-time contestant coming in at number 3. We got our guy, Will McDonald from the New York Jets. 4 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. Absolutely went dummy. And they got the win. Who do they beat? I think the Titans?
The Titans.
Yeah, they beat the Titans on the road, which is a big win.
24-17.
Yep, the Jets, had to bounce back, get a dub. So, Will McDonald, big shout out to you. You're a major part of that win for sure, getting a 3-piece. So, big shout out to you, Will.
Yeah. Shout out, Will.
Big shout out to Will.
Made Will Levis's day tough.
Yes, that's 100%. And number 2, this dude, let me tell you, the underdog of all underdogs. I think that might be the theme of the day. But Dennis Gardeck.
Sioux Falls, baby.
Sioux Falls. This dude, I don't know how tall he is. We got to look up the pro day numbers.
I'm seeing
6 foot. He's 6 foot, 232 pounds.
6 foot, 232 pounds. This dude can rush his ass off.
Yes.
He does not fit the mold. This is the most beautiful thing about pass rushers. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You got Elvis Dumervil, a guy like that, 5'11", was out there chopping up. Then you got dudes who are 6'7" that are chopping up. You know what I mean? They come in all shapes and sizes. But Dennis Gardeck, 6 foot white guy, 230 pounds in the NFL, absolutely going stupid. He had 6 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. The dude is just breaking the mold of what it's supposed to look like. But this dude, I got a ton of respect for his game. He started as a special teamer. He's got it out the mud, and he's balling. So big shout out to Dennis Gardeck, brother. You're a beast.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to you, bro.
Let's go, Dennis.
And number 1, this one is pretty obvious. I couldn't believe it after the game. I'm like, damn. I looked around. I'm like, did you see what Aiden Hutchinson did? Coming in at number 1, the dude had 4.5 sacks and a forced fumble and 5 tackles. Went stupid versus Tampa. And Tampa's got a pretty good old line, so he balled the fuck out. Unfortunately, they didn't get a win, which is even crazier, but he went federal. 4.5 sacks is silly. Aiden Hutchinson, major props and respect to you. You're an absolute baller. You're getting better and better, and just watching your film, you're getting better every year. So big shout out to you, bro. Your future is super bright. Keep chopping it up. I know you're in Detroit. Obviously, I grew up diehard Lions fan, so seeing y'all, have your success and shit now, finally, it's pretty dope to see. So big shout out to Lions, even though f them all. I'm going to say that loud and proud, just in case you have anything mixed up, f them all. But big shout out to you, Aiden. You're holding it down, brother. Number 1 Rushman of the week.
Nicely done.
Aiden Hutch.
Love it.
He delivered that on a silver platter. Very well worded.
Thank you. It means a lot.
That's beautiful.
Bring us home.
Yeah. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got today. Another great episode. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting. But this week, it's going to be special. The boys are coming into town.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Brogan, Darian, my sister as well. Big shout out to Mila. She'll be there.
Shout out, Mila.
Live in
Nice.
full effect. Big shout out to Mila. But it's a major game. First home game, Allegiant Stadium. The boys in town. It's going to be legendary. This is episode 25 as well. Episode 25 of The Rush. Come a long way.
Full send.
Full send. Big shout out to Full Send. Part of the family. Shout out Happy Dad.
Shout out Happy Dad.
Huge shout out to Happy Dad. Shout out to Board Jerky. And never forget about Zen Water or Slate Milk. Come on, Darren. You already know.
Still waiting on our slate milk.
Come on. Slate
We
Milk
got that
is coming.
right.
Got
We
my
got that
fridge
right.
over here. I got you. Anytime you
Same
come
here.
to this household, you'll have Slate Milk in full effect. So
I did have that vanilla the first time. I just had to cut you off. You're a big fan of the vanilla.
yeah.
I was at the vitamin shop and they had a full display. Crushed about 2 of them, Jones.
French
Fire.
vanilla.
For you.
Give me
French
that all
vanilla.
day.
That's-
Fire.
French vanilla is the one.
Yeah,
That's the one. And there's 2 new flavors. So go check
I
it
saw
out.
that.
What are
Two new
they?
flavors. I believe strawberry, and there's another one. God, Darren, you're gonna have to fact check me. I'm not sure. But yeah, some type of latte. I'll say that.
Oh,
You know what it is? You got it?
no, but it's probably just like a French latte.
No, it's fire. It is fire. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything Slate Milk, get it right now. Also, big shout out to Papa John's. Go get you some Papa J's, best pizza on the planet, anytime, any place. Shout out to the whole crew. We got so many shout outs, but we're never gonna stop the shout outs because without y'all, without the fans, without everyone tuning in, this wouldn't be possible. This is episode 2 of season 2 on the Rush. More to come. Carolina Week. Let's get it.
Walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like.